Hi Pisces, welcome to your June 2025 astrological forecast. I'm doing something a little bit different for this month. I'm using my cell phone to create more or less one video. Okay, first of all, I want you to know that your monthly video is available on my channel in its entirety. Okay, as one full video, but everybody seems to like the shorts a lot better. And whenever I create a short with a link in it to the monthly forecast, people are still just clicking on the short and not the link within the short to go to the monthly forecast. So I'm going to do this, okay, on my phone, and I will break this video down in parts. Okay, so for those of you who like to view shorts, it'll be like part one, part two, whatever. Okay, just thought I'd let you know that. But anyways, welcome Pisces, okay? Some of you who are born like in the first few days of the sign of your sign may have noticed a little bit of a difference over the next few months. Even you may notice that there are no planets in your sign right now. Neptune and Saturn have both moved into Aries. Okay, they will both move back into your sign again to finish up its transits, their transit in your sign. But then next year they'll fully move into Aries, and you won't have planets in your sign, which is like for a really long time. Okay, Neptune takes a very long time to get through one zodiac sign, so you really had to contend with that, even though it is your ruling planet. But I just wanted you to know that some of you may feel a little bit lighter. Notice that, that, I don't know, it just an overall breath of fresh air. Okay. But anyway, okay, so the month does start off with the sun is still in Gemini, okay, up until the 20th. Mercury, let's see here, is only in Gemini up until the 8th. It will move into Cancer on the 8th, okay. All month, okay, well, first of all, up till the 5th, Venus is in Aries, but then it moves into Taurus, and it's there all month. Okay, Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus, so it does really well when it's here. Let's see here. Also, okay, well, Jupiter does leave Gemini on the 9th and moves into Cancer. There's a full moon in Sagittarius on the 11th. Mars will be in Leo up until the 17th. Then it moves into Virgo. And the sun moves into Cancer on the 20th. There's a new moon in Cancer on the 25th. And Mercury moves into Leo on the 26th. Okay. So you have these planets all over the place. I do have to mention, though, with Venus being in Aries up until like the 6th, it is your second house of earned income and possessions. And the whole time it's been there, all of May and even part of April, I believe, it's been attracting things like money or Venus-related luxury items like artwork or jewelry or whatever, perfume, cologne, to you. It could be like a belated birthday gift or a just because gift, or it's just there. Having Venus in your second house does attract money. Okay. That's what your second house mainly is. It's a money house, okay? So then Venus moves into Taurus on the 6th, and the planet Uranus is still in Taurus, okay? In July, it will move briefly into Gemini for a few months and then fall back into Taurus, but next year it will fully move into Gemini, okay? So for now, your third house is your everyday life, your neighbors, your neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins. It's all forms of communication, including regular postal mail and local travel, like a day trip, overnight trip, or a weekend trip. And it usually turns out to be a road trip, okay? But these are the people and places you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day. And having Venus here, it brings about pleasant exchanges and conversation. Like if you're out running errands or whatever, everyone you run into or meet, even let's say like at the grocery store or something, you could be standing in line and a complete stranger may start up a conversation, with you. And that's like kind of like how this is, having Venus here in the house of communication, even. Okay, so you could even, get some good news totally out of the blue, a little bit surprising, because eventually this Venus in Taurus will conjunct Uranus in Taurus, okay, which brings about a lot of times surprises in like a change of plans, even. So, um, you could even hear from someone that from your past, I would have to say, just because the sun is in Gemini in your fourth house. Fourth house is your past, it's your home and family, where you physically live, um, your private life, the foundation of how you were raised. Okay, many, many things. But the sun and Mercury is in Gemini up until the 8th. And like I said, Jupiter until the 9th. Okay, while you still have this Venus in Taurus. So you could be an old flame, okay? But you could hear from someone from your past, and it does catch you by surprise. Or you could even be invited to something within your own neighborhood. Could be like a barbecue or just some kind of get together, or even just over someone's house, okay? Um, let's see here. Again, back to the fourth house with these planets being here. Jupiter has been here in your fourth house since last year. And like I said, it's getting ready to move. A lot of times when Jupiter's in your fourth house, you do upgrade your home in some way. And sometimes you even purchase a new home. Or you welcome a new roommate, family member. Could be a baby even. You could have decided to work from home, or you have something that you do on the side, that you're looking to turn into a regular business. It's not just a hobby anymore. Maybe it's something that you feel, in fact, people have probably, if you do create something, people have probably already bought things off of you. Okay, so this could be one of those times, though, where you make finishing touches to an area in wherever it is that you live, an apartment, a home, wherever you have space. You made a special space in your home for you to create whatever, or for you to work on something or other, okay? So you're just kind of like finishing up things like that. You could also be hearing more from like family members. This is the house of family. It could be regarding some kind of reunion or a get together. With Jupiter moving into Cancer, okay, on the 9th, and your fifth house of fun, creativity, romance, gambling, speculation, all forms of entertainment, games and sports, and anything to do with children. Okay, Jupiter here, first of all, in Cancer, a fellow water sign, will trine your planets in Pisces, like on and off, for as long as this Jupiter is in, for like a year, right? And it does open up more opportunities for you for romance, creativity. It just brings people into your life, okay, to help expand your mind or whatever in this way, okay, creatively, through romance. Could be through children, though, too. You may even be pregnant, okay? A lot of times Jupiter in the fifth house brings little bundles of joy, okay? Even if it's not you, it could be someone that's related to you, or it could be a friend. But maybe you are physically, if you are the one that was pregnant, that is pregnant, you could be physically creating this extra space in your home for a new baby. Okay, and that's your work. That good job there. But that's the what you were working on, more or less, is growing another human. Okay, good for you. Anyways, if that is the case, congratulations. If not, this is the house of gambling and speculation. Okay, speculate on yourself, even something that you do that's creative. Okay, or actually, play the lottery, go to a casino, do something or other. But Jupiter will, wherever it is transiting brings good fortune and expansion and an opportunity some way or other. So you could be, especially around, there's a new moon in Cancer on the 25th, right? Mercury moves here on the 8th. It's moving very fast, okay, because it moves into Leo on the 26th. So it's just zipping through Cancer and your fifth house. And this new moon on the 25th, along with the sun and Jupiter. I mean, you couldn't ask for like a better transits. This is all happening in your fifth house of fun. I mean, how do you screw that up, right? Though some people do manage to do that. But anyways, don't be surprised if around this new moon something like that does occur. A new person comes into your life. Maybe you just have like the same taste in music, film, something or other that brings you together. Could be a collaboration that's coming in here, but I'll get to that in a minute, okay? But it just could be even just like making a new friend, a companion that you have someone to do something with, but it could also be romantic. And again, someone may want to collaborate with you on a creative project of some kind or other, or you could just go it alone, whatever. But the opportunity does come up eventually. Mars, okay, is in Leo up until like the 17th. It's been here on and off for a while, like back and forth. It's been moving between Cancer and Leo. So it's finally in direct motion, finishing its transit in Leo. So in your sixth house, okay, where you have the sign of Leo, sixth house being the workplace, your co-workers, the kind of work that you do, your house of health and your house of service to others. So Mars here, Mars is a very energizing and even a little bit aggressive planet. Okay, it is called the ego planet. It's the me planet. When it's in your sign, you do things that which you should do, benefit you, or more to your liking, what you would like to have done, right? Which is what I'm saying. Like in the workplace, you may have had to deal with some people, like coworkers, or even a boss or somebody or other is very aggressive, very pushy. Just outwardly though, just trying to push people around, change maybe their work schedule or their assignments or something or other. Okay, but that's leaving. That's leaving now. On the plus side though, while Mars was here, you may have been more conscientious regarding your health. You may have started to work out or run or do something physical, even dance or aerobics or just something, walking. Mars, like I said, is an energizing planet, and it does make you physically feel that energy, and a lot of times you just have to burn it off. Okay, so one of those ways is through physical exercise. But, okay, Mars does move into Virgo, your opposite sign, on the 17th, moves into your seventh house, where you have Virgo, seventh house directly across from your first house of Pisces, okay? Seventh house being the house of arrangements and agreements, close relationships and partnerships, whether they're business, romantic, or friendship. This is the house of open enemies, competition, many things. Okay, so with Mars here, people do come at you a little bit more aggressively, and a lot of times it's noticeable. Okay, if this is in business, you may have to deal with a business partner or someone that you do business with that is trying to get you, I don't know, to do things their way, or to not leave everything up to them. If they are a partner, they want to run the business and just like, yeah, I don't know, keep you in the dark or something or other, or they have certain things they would like to do that maybe you're not on board with. In romance, you could have someone that is just very pushy, trying to get you to commit to a relationship that maybe you're not even ready to. Maybe you even just started seeing this person, or just some kind of changes that someone within a close relationship, even a friendship, okay, they get like kind of pushy towards you, try to get you to do whatever it is they want you to do. And as far as open enemies go, what that is someone whom everyone knows you two don't get along. So that's the open part of it. It's not a big secret. You know, you people, you two, you don't even bother with each other except for times like this when someone who could possibly be an enemy comes out of the woodwork to just like push your buttons. Okay, so it's just something to keep in mind. They just want you to act up, you know, to rile you up or whatever. You know, maybe you're too busy doing your thing and you're not even noticing them. So this is what they do in order to get your attention. Okay. I do have to also mention that there is a full moon in Sagittarius in your 10th house. That's where you have the sign of Sagittarius. 10th house being the most public house. It is your house of your career. It's how you're known for your livelihood, even if you're retired, like what you used to do. It's also your public persona, how people view and speak about you publicly, like on like social media and places like that. So the full moon is directly across from your 4th house of Gemini, your family, okay, and your personal life. So the only thing that happens like around this time is possibly you may be called into work. Your personal life or your family is put on the back burner for like a day or so. Big deal, right? You know, so you have to take care of something in your career, okay, which is probably more important right now anyway, right? So, like I said, I don't really think it's that big of a deal, okay? So, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Pisces on the 16th, 17th, and 18th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Virgo, and those dates are the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 29th, and 30th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 12th, 13th, 14th, 25th, and 26th. The best time for money is the 4th, 5th, 6th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. The best time for your career is the 9th, 10th, and 11th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 21st, and 22nd. So I hope you enjoyed your forecast for June. If you are viewing this in one of the shorts, parts, part 1, 2, 3, or whatever, be sure to click on the link within this video, okay, to check out the whole video all at one time. See ya!